I want a couple other things to happen. So one of the things you learn is there's lots of things you want to happen here. So first, when I hit a brick, I want to destroy that brick. Also, when I hit the paddle, I like it to bounce off the paddle. So let's do those two things next. When it collides the brick, it should destroy the brick. And when it hits the paddle, it should bounce off the paddle too. So here's my events. Let's do the paddle first. We just did the brick and the wall. We're going to do a similar thing. Add event, collision with a paddle. And again, we're going to bounce off the paddle. I'm using this bounce off a lot in this first thing. Precisely. All objects, there. Now, we want to change one of these things when we collide with the brick. So I'm going to make sure I have the ball object selected here. Go down to the collision with the brick, and right now it bounces off that. I'm going to do one more thing. I want to delete the brick. Now, there's lots of things we can do. We can be playing score, playing a sound, or adding things to the score, but I'm just going to go under main one. And here I can create a new object, change this object to something else. That's not quite right. Destroy an object. I don't want to do this one. You might be tempted to grab the dynamite thing, but that's not what we want in this case. We want to use this little recycle bin just to destroy the instance. Now, I have two choices, or a couple choices at the top. I can choose self, which would destroy the ball, because I'm using the ball object, or other, and that would destroy whatever I'm bouncing against. So I want to make sure I've chosen other. So sometimes, especially with collision objects, if you want to not destroy yourself but do the other object, you might have to choose that. So I'm going to make sure other is chosen. Now let's see how my game's going here. I can go up. Let's move this on the screen so you can see it better. And down. And up. Oh boy, this is a fun game. And now I can't move my paddle at all. So I do want to be able to move my paddle, so let's do that one more time. So I want to have some keys. So I'm going to close my ball object here. I'm going to open up my paddle object and program some stuff into that. I'm going to use the arrow keys on my keyboard, the left and right, to move left and right. So I'm going to add an event, and I'm going to go when the keyboard is pressed. Now there's a keyboard event and a key press event, and we'll want to use them at different times. This time I'm just going to use the key press. When I first press, so key press and left. So when I first press left key, I'm going to start the paddle moving. Remember, we started the ball moving. I'm going to use the same kind of thing under move, make sure I'm under move tab, and use the arrow thing, and I'm going to click left and a certain speed. Not so fast. I want this kind of challenging, so I'm going to say 4, a little slower speed of 1 to 10. Same thing. Now I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to add event, key press, right, and now I'm going to drag this out there, and I'm going to click the right one and do the same speed, 4. So now the paddle will move left or right when I push the left and right buttons. Okay, so now I can move. Now one problem is that when I let up, it keeps moving, and also it will go right off the screen.